Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Dwayne Kimball, United States Army veteran and retired VA rating specialist. In today's video, I'm going to be explaining how you can get a copy of your VA claims folder, also known as VA claims file, on a CD without waiting months. So make sure you stick around. So a lot of veterans have been reaching out to me, and even I asked this question in my monthly Q&A session when I go live: how long did it take you to get a copy of your claims file, also known as C file? Veterans still ask me, Dwayne, how long does it take? Some veterans out there on YouTube saying, oh, it's going to take over a year. No. Nobody can tell you how long it takes, because this is not a priority of the Department of Veterans Affairs, VBA, Veterans Benefit Administration, to get you a copy of your claims folder, also known as C file, okay? So if someone's out there saying, oh, it takes this amount of time or it takes that amount of time, don't listen to it. No one can tell you, because there is no set time frame for them to send you that claims file. Now, many of you, like me, you need that claims file to help you either file new claims or to see what you were treated in service for, or help you on a high-level review, okay? So I had an issue, I want to say about 3.5-4 years ago, where I just put in my FOIA request, okay? I put in my FOIA request, Freedom of Information Act request, to VBA, Veterans Benefit Administration. Now, one thing to keep in mind: if you've never filed a claim before, don't submit your FOIA request to VBA. Submit that FOIA request to RMC, Records Management Center, that is in St. Louis. Okay, I'm gonna say it again. If you've never filed a claim before, submit that FOIA request, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act request / Privacy Act request, to RMC, Records Management Center in St. Louis. Because if you've never filed a claim before, VBA does not have a claim file on you. Now, even if you filed a claim with the VBA, and you got granted or denied, that's where you want to submit that FOIA request. The same place you submitted that written request when you submitted for your claim, okay? Now, a few years back, I said, hey, I have my claims file all in paper. I had it all on paper. And I was like, you know what? I better get this on CD, all right? So I had kept everything that I sent the VA and that the VA sent me, all right? Now, put in the request. January. I can't remember which year. I think it was maybe 2019 or 2020, okay? January. So I'm going on, I'm running my business, doing this, going on vacation or whatever. And something told me, log into eBenefits. That's when eBenefits was really big back then, right? And I see the request and I look down below and my request is closed out. And it had been closed for about 23 days. Keep that number in mind. 23 days. And I was like, something's not right here. Okay, so keep that in mind, that 23 days. Also, one thing I want you to remember: when you receive a rating decision, and a notification letter in the same packet. The letter on top is the notification letter. You have 12 months from that date of the notification letter to do something if you disagree, especially if you want to do a high-level review. And I was like, you know what? It's one thing that I can do, okay? And I opted that choice. But before I tell you what that choice is, don't think that you can call the 800 number, 800-827-1000, and request your claims folder. That will not work. If anybody tells you on YouTube to do that, it does not work. Hopefully it changes here soon, okay? But as of right now, they're not going to send it to you. They may send you some things, but then they're going to send you that entire folder, okay? So what I opted to do is to submit a VA Whitehouse hotline complaint. I know you're asking me, Dwayne, what's that? Don't worry about it. I'm going to break it down to you. Got a slide for you, okay? Let's go ahead and get into it. So as you can see in this slide, this is, do you know about the Whitehouse VA hotline complaint? Now, I'm going to tell you, this came out about a year before I retired from the VA as a rating specialist. The whole time I was working at the VA, that year they implemented, I didn't know anything about it. I didn't learn anything about it until after I retired. How crazy is that? Because a lot of VA employees, when the VA implements something, VA employees are the last to know. I can't tell you how many times my neighbors say, hey, Dwayne, they asked me a question about something. I'm like, I never heard of that. And they was like, oh, it's on the VA's website. Or I got this letter from the VA. And I look at it, go to work. And they was like, oh, yeah, that just came out. We haven't done training on it yet. And I'm like, okay, you got to be kidding me. Okay, so what is the Whitehouse VA hotline? I'm not going to go through all paragraphs, but it says it's the first non-clinical, non-emergency, round-the-clock call center. The hotline is staffed 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. Hotline agents answer inquiries, provide directory assistance, document concerns about VA care benefits, is what we're talking about, and services, expedited the referral and resolution of those concerns. Expedite the referral and resolution of those concerns, all right? Agents have access to a multitude of resources and contact information to help veterans. There's the number down below, 855-948-2311, 855-948-2311. Okay, so as you can see, 24/7, 365 days a year. So when I saw that request was closed out and it had been 23 days, keep that number in mind. And for those of you that disagree with that rating, you got 12 months. Keep that 12 months in mind, okay? So I pick up the phone, call the VA Whitehouse hotline, tell them what my complaint is, go through and say, hey, I submitted a FOIA request on this month, early this year, and I went to benefits and it was closed out. It's been 23 days and I have not received my claims file. And so the rep started to proceed to tell me about the VA. I said, ma'am, I said, stop. I said, no disrespect. I used to work for the VA and I know this is not a priority for the VA. This is what I need you to do. And this is where I'm about to drop some nuggets for you, okay? I need you to take my complaint, and my complaint is, I feel my FOIA request for my claims file should be expedited. It's been 11 months since I submitted my request. The VA only gives veterans 12 months to file an appeal / high-level review if you disagree. I'm already at the 11-month mark, so I'm behind the 8 ball to get that claims folder. Basically, I have 30 days to go through it to figure out what's in it and build my case if I'm doing a high-level review. So I need you to submit that, my statement, my complaint, to the VA. Okay, now here's the kicker. Also, I would like a callback from a supervisor at the regional office that has jurisdiction over my claim. Woo, that's a nugget. I would like a callback from a supervisor at the regional office that has jurisdiction over my claim. Also throw in there, that is NVBMS, Victor, Bravo, Mike, Sierra, okay? Man, that's a nugget. That was a heavy nugget right there, okay? Say those exact words. Don't deter from it, okay? And if they continue to try to offer some feedback, just say, ma'am, sir, that's my complaint. Can you send it forward? And that's what I told them. They asked me, can we have your email? Nope. I need a call back. And before we got off the phone, I verified they had my correct number. The reason why I didn't want them to email me, because if they would have emailed me, they would have gave me an answer like, oh, they're all worked in the order that they received. If you have any other questions, call 800-827-1000. Then I've been back to square one, okay? So I didn't do that. So I'm sitting around and I get a phone call. And I pick the phone up. So if you got a phone blocker or something like that and you do a complaint, you might want to take that off. Get the call. Hello, how can I help you? Oh, my name is such and such. I'm calling with the Department of Veterans Affairs. Back of my mind, I know what it is, right? So we get to talking. She verifies me. And I said, well, ma'am, I need to verify as you. What's your first name? Which regional office do you work at? What's the 3-digit code for that regional office? And also, are you a VSR, RVSR, decision review officer, or supervisor? And she kind of snickled and she said, I'm a supervisor. I know you requested that in your complaint to the VA Whitehouse hotline. And I started laughing too. Really nice. She was really nice. And I told her, I said, hey, I submitted my request on January, I can't remember the year, 2019, 2020, something like that. And I looked in e-benefits, and on November 3rd, they closed out the request. She said, oh, we have 10 days to fulfill those requests after they've been closed out. And I said, well, what date did they close it out? November 3rd. I said, what is today's date? November, I think it was like the 23rd or 24th. And she was like, she said, I see where you're going with this. I said, because if I needed to do an appeal, you only give me 12 months. You're not going to give me an extension. So I need that claims file, go through it with a fine-tooth comb, and I got 30 days to do that and submit my appeal / high-level review. She says, Mr. Kimball, I'm so sorry. She said, I will get this expedited to you. She said, now, normally we'll put a sticker on the top of the CD with your name and other information. She said, but I'm just going to write your name on it. I said, that'll be fine as long as the information is in there that I need. About a week and a half later, UPS knocked on my door, signed for it. There it is. Okay. So when I did this video about 3.5, 4 years ago, a lot of veterans did exactly what I stated, and they got their claims folder a lot sooner. So go back through this video and listen to what I said when I called the VA Whitehouse hotline, okay? And you try it. And then in my next live stream, let me know if it worked, and also leave a comment in the comment section. But remember, you have to submit that FOIA request first. Maybe give it a couple of weeks or something like that, okay? Because some veterans, they'll get it in a month or 2 months or something like that, and then other veterans are waiting over 1.5 years. That is entirely too long, okay? So with that being said, make sure you like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and don't forget to share this video with your fellow veterans. Thank you.